and welcome to VisionCast. It's so good to be with you again and to be in your home or wherever you're watching, if you're on your phone or wherever you are. It's great to be with you. And if you can, you could call up somebody and tell them, Sister Julie's on right now with Sister Doreen, and they're on VisionCast, so they could be a part of what God is doing. And today it's really exciting, huh, Doreen?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be having, I don't know if you remember, a lot of you that are watching right now, but the Brazil children that we reached over 30 years ago, and we're going to be going back into their lives where they are now. We can't have them all on, but we're going to have 2 on today. A little bit later, we're going to be bringing them to you. They're waiting. They're going to be on Zoom, and you're going to be able to see them. So exciting. We're going to see Davi, and we're going to see Maria today. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about Run for Hope.
Yeah, it's coming really soon. It's coming pretty quickly.
And we're doing it a little bit different this year. We're not going to be in the parks this year. We're going to be doing it online. And you can register now. You can register. And you could scan, you could register. Because it's so important. This is the way we reach the world, is through United We Can. And through the efforts of Run for Hope and different things that we do to raise finances. So I pray that you're going to be a part of Run for Hope. It's going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome. Or you can also give your envelope in church to your coordinator.
Yes.
You can get an envelope and you can do it that way, because a lot of older people, they don't know how to use that QR code.
Yeah, they could still get an envelope, and your United We Can coordinator is right there, and I'm sure she's willing to help you and ready to help you. Or your church office. You can call your church office, and I'm sure they're ready to help you in any way they can. This year, Shadow is doing the doggy run. Coco is retiring.
Okay, so now I have Rocky, my dog. So if you want to support my dog, you can support my dog. Because my dog is the cutest little thing. He's little, he's so cute. But I am so serious about this Run for Hope. I pray that you're going to be a part of it. We're going to do it all over the world.
Yes.
A global experience. We're going to do it online. So it's going to be powerful. The day that we're going to actually be on the screen, we're going to be here on VisionCast, we're going to bring it all together. It's going to be October the 17th. And so we're going to all be together, and we're going to be bringing everybody in. The weightlifters, the ones that are running, the ones that are, what else do they do?
They do, we do
the doggy run,
the kitty K,
the kitty K,
the 5K, the Cycle for Hope. What about the motorcycle?
Yeah, the motorcycles. We're going to be bringing in from different regions. We're going to bring in different people. And it's going to be so different, but so awesome.
All around the world.
All over the world. We're going to have screens all over. We're going to have hundreds of people that we're going to be able to see on the screen. It is going to be awesome. You're going to love the experience. But it begins by you registering. So I pray that today you're going to register for Run for Hope. Because we need you. We need your finances to continue to reach the world for the Lord.
And everyone is so excited. Everyone is excited. It's happening, all over the world. Everybody's getting excited. And for the first time in I think this is the very first time ever, it's the same time, the same day. And I think it's going to be global.
And we're going to host it from here.
Run for Hope.
Dad and I are going to be hosting it from here and bringing in the entire world.
I'm really excited about that.
Me too. I think it's going to be awesome. And then another thing that's really exciting that's happening, you know Augie Barajas. He's our prayer international leader. He came to me today and he says, Sister Julie, we need to come together once again and pray for our hurting world. And I felt the same way. I said, yes, Augie, I believe that. And so we have some dates that we're going to be all coming together all over the world, a 21-day fast. And that's going to be Monday. It's going to begin Monday, July 6th through July the 26th. It'll be Monday it'll end on a Sunday, July the 26th. It'll be a Daniel fast. We're going to ask everybody to be involved. Even if you're diabetic, come on now. You can do a Daniel fast. I do that. A Daniel fast is so simple. And for 21 days, our world needs our prayers. Our fire department needs our prayers. Our police departments needs our prayers. Our city officials need our prayers. And they're no better than fasting. That's where the power of God comes in, when you pray and fast. Right, Doreen?
Mm-hmm. People need the Lord right now. I mean, there's no one we can look to except to Jesus. He is the one who changes everything. And so that's what we need to do. We need to press in. We need to stand in the gap for not only our nation, for the whole wide world.
Then on the Saturday before it ends on a Sunday, but on July the 25th, we're going to ask everybody to go out in the streets again and to pray for their fire department, pray for their police department. I mean, visually out there on the streets praying. Pray for their fire department, police department, all the city officials. Go around City Hall again and pray for the hospitals against this COVID. All these things. We have power in prayer.
Yes.
Another thing is that, we need you to continue to give. We pray that you're going to be giving, not only in Run for Hope, but also be giving to United We Can. Mm-hmm. That's the way we support the works all over the world. And everything that we do, we rely on you. We do it together. United, we do it together. And that's the way we reach our world for God. And there's 3 ways to give. And they're there on the screen for you. Doreen, would you read them and tell us how to give?
You can text to give, as you can see right there. There's also an envelope that you could put your finances in the envelope. You can mail it to the corporate office, or in your church. You can give it right there at the church in the envelope, or online. You can scan as well, as you can see right now. There's a scan to give. But then you can also do it on our Victory Outreach International app. And that is also a great way to give on the app. It's so easy to give that way. But right now, I challenge you to scan to give.
Generosity made simple. Text VOI to 77977. Select the giving link. Enter your amount and gift type. If it's your first time giving, enter your payment details and confirm your gift. Thank you for your generosity. Now we can stay connected wherever you go. Download the Victory Outreach app and stay connected with Victory Outreach International. Get important updates and announcements. Learn more about our ministries. Stay connected with events, prayer requests, and more. Watch the latest video in our media section. Easily share content on social media within the app. Give from your phone in seconds. A convenient way to stay connected.
God's people are not going to go back the same. And then God says, where you said you could not do it, that's the place that I have called you, because you're not going to do it, but I'm going to be doing it through you. There are thousands and thousands of people that have been touched, that have come through the home, that have come to our churches. Not only do we have a local vision, but God is going to send you out, and He's going to send you out, and He's going to send you out, and He's raising us up, and many of you are going to be pastors, you're going to be evangelists. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creation. All things have passed away. Behold, all things become new. Look how far you've come.
God, we offer, oh God, our lives to you, Lord. And I pray there'll be a revival of prayer, a revival of sacrifice, a revival, oh God, of paying the price, oh God, from the young to the oldest, in the name of Jesus. What we need, what we're looking for, is Abishais of the vision, protectors and guardians of the calling and the vision of Victory Outreach.
God has given us an overall purpose of reaching the inner cities of the world.
This is so great to be with you right now. And today we have something so special. We're going to be going into the lives of some of the street children that we reached over 30 years ago. These were all little children that were being killed on the streets of Brazil. And they were being killed by police officers. And they were paid $50 a child. Now that sounds unreal, sounds unbelievable, but this is a fact. It's not something I'm just making up. It's a fact that they actually were killing them on the streets and getting $50 a child.
Yeah, and so I remember that you came back so burdened with the need that you saw you actually saw a news clip, and then you actually saw the need firsthand.
And I remember when I saw them laying on the streets and all covered in the blanket, and there was just a pile of little children. I told my husband, somebody's got to do something, Sonny. Somebody's got to do something. And I kept saying that. And he turns to me and he says, well, do something. I said, me? What could I do? I don't have, I just can't do it by myself. He says, no, but if God is with you, it can be done. Yeah. And he just encouraged me to bring it out to the people. And I brought it out to you. I remember talking to some of the pastors about it in Brazil. And I brought it out to them what I wanted to do there in Brazil and go and reach the street children and open up a home for them. And you know what they said? They said, you don't know what you're saying. These kids have disease. These kids are filthy. They're like dogs on the street. You don't want to bring them into a home. You don't even want to touch them. You'll get sick. And I had to stand up on the table.
What did that do to you inside? Didn't it make you feel like grieved, almost?
I was so grieved because it was coming from pastors that believed that they were like dogs. Wow. And I stood up on the table and I said, you know, that's why it's going to take somebody from America to do it. Somebody like me, that I look at them like children. I don't look at them like dogs. I look at them like children that they are.
Yeah, people can become so numb to the need right in front of them.
Yeah, they become calloused. They didn't think there was hope for them because they were taking drugs. They were little kids, but they were drug addicts.
And hearing the news clip, it impacted me. I remember as a young girl, I was maybe in my 20s at the time. I remember seeing the news clip, and my heart was just crushed for these kids. Yeah. But you actually took us there. And I remember seeing with my own eyes that they are really being murdered. They really are. Yeah. There's a problem out here where kids are abandoned on the street, left to fend for themselves. Yeah. And they were just trying to survive, really, when you see what was happening when you go there firsthand. Yeah. And I just felt so burdened. And right now I want to show you a clip. It's actually a clip of what was taking place back then and taking you to the streets of Brazil.
I'm walking right in front of the church, which has actually become famous all over the world. The church by the name of Candelaria, right here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And this church became famous because of the massacre that took place right in front of this church. Many of these children of the street have no hope. They just roam around a city like this and finding shelter every night and always full of fear that someone's going to come and take their life.
Dear United We Can member, there's an overwhelming need on the streets of Brazil. We cannot turn away from this need. These are our very own little treasures out of darkness, hidden riches in secret places. Victory Outreach has been gifted and promised by God to reach these little treasures. We must let them know that God can change their lives.
What do you see in me? You've come and set me free. I know that deep inside, a treasure I will
This brings back so many memories of going there and seeing all of them, seeing them on the street and seeing God do the miracle work in their life, turn everything around. And Haro right now was here, and he was just reminding me too of the first time we went out there, and Pastor Al was there, and Haro was there, myself, Pastor Tim, my brother, and we were just so moved by what we saw. The ones that you saw right now in the video, they were rescued because of United We Can. And now today, they're living their life for God. God has blessed them. And the last one you just saw was Maria. And she is today serving the Lord and doing a work for God. She's a pastor's wife doing the work of God. And we're going to go to her right now on Zoom. Maria, are you with us right now? Hi, Maria.
Hi everyone. So
Hi,
excited
Maria.
to be here.
Good to see you.
Good, so good to see you. Tell us about your childhood. I want you to tell us how you ended up on the streets of Brazil.
My mom was a single mom of 5. She was the only one that could provide for us. So in my early age, she would go work. She would just her mindset was, as long as you guys have a roof over your head, that's more than enough. So when I was growing up, my older sister is the one that used to take care of us, and she was very, very abusive towards us. So in my mind, it was like it's better for me to be out there than being in my house. So at the age of 7, I started running the streets. I started running away from home. I would go like back and forth between like 7 to maybe like 10 or 12. And then I remember that for my last 2 years, I didn't go back home. I stayed on the streets. So from 7 to 14, I could say that I went like from my house to the streets. But my 2 last years, when I think I was like 12, I stood in the streets and I didn't go back home.
What was it like out there? Tell us what it was like on the streets of Brazil during that time.
Um, because what we used to do is together like in a group. So there used to be this guy or this girl that we call them mom and dad from the streets. So what we would do during the day, we'll try to like hustle for money or for food, but during the night they will protect us, as like we will sleep and they will look over us. But in the how can I say, like with waiting something in return. They will protect us, but they also wanted something in return from us.
Yeah.
And then I remember there was like this little fountain that we used to go and take showers, and we would stay like in front of one of the main churches in Sao Paulo. We used to go and stay right in front of the church. We're not allowed inside, but we're allowed to at night sleep in front of the church on the outside, on the door.
Dangerous, huh? It was
Yes.
dangerous.
They would tell us like, we'll protect you guys, because at that time there's a lot of like killings, like the stories that there was a lot of killings. So they say, we'll protect you guys, but make sure you guys will give us back what we demand from you. And even
And you
they
were all on
would-
drugs too, right? Weren't you all on
Yes.
drugs?
Yes, I started sniffing nail polish, but then nail polish wasn't enough. And then from there, I went to smoking weed. And then from weed, I went up to sniffing glue, like shoes, for like shoes glue. And then from there, I tasted crack, but I didn't like it, the feeling of it. So I didn't like pursue because I got scared. I got scared of it. But yes, we were in drugs during that time. We were high most of the time. I remember that there was a time that I was losing my mind. I can remember that clearly. That one time, because of sniffing so much glue, I was losing my mind. That I remember for sure. That's something that I always remember. There was a one point that I was going away in my mind because of so much that I was taking in.
Can you imagine a 10-year-old or 8-year-old and using drugs like that on the streets and living out there in the street? It doesn't seem real.
No.
It seems unreal. But today, look where you are today. You're a mother of 4 little boys, beautiful boys, and you're married to a great man of God. You're a pastor's wife. It's just so awesome to see what God has done through your life. If it was just for you, it would be worth it all. All the giving that people gave and all the sacrifice, just for you, it'd be worth it all.
Do you remember the first time you met us and your experience?
Yes, I remember that when we're in the home, they would tell us, Christmas is coming up. And I remember that they would say, Christmas is coming up and our founders are coming. And like during the time that we were there, they would tell us like, oh, they will come. There were people that there are missionaries that they're gonna come. They're gonna shower you guys with love. But I remember the first day that I don't remember what other people was there, but I remember it was Sister Julie, Sister Lisa, Mungary, and there's another Herminda, I think. I think that was her name. Herminda, something like that was her name. I remember when they came in, I remember they would come in with bags and bags and bags of gifts. They would make us a big old dinner. Like, I think Christmas was one of the most exciting times for us because we know that our founders would come, and then there was a lot of gifts involved too. So we were very, very excited.
Awesome.
How did you come off of the streets?
In April, I remember that it was in April. It was one day after my birthday. My birthday is April 3rd, and I remember April 4th. It was me and some other guys were over a bridge in downtown, and I remember we saw this white van, like this white Volkswagen, and I remember telling them, "Hey, let's see what those people are all about," because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of kids that are like coming together. And I remember they went down the bridge, and then there's this lady, and I asked her, "Hey, where are you guys from?" And she's like, "Oh, we come from a home for you guys, for people like you." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And immediately I say, "I want to go." And I remember that she said, "Oh, you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I remember she told me, wait here, and I'll be back." And I remember that she left like for an hour. I don't know where they went, but I stood where she told me. And when she came back, she goes, "I didn't believe you're still here. You're still waiting." And I was like, "Yeah, I told you that I want to go." And that was 24 years ago. I'm still here.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that
24 years ago.
24 years ago.
beautiful? Wow.
Wow. What are you most grateful for? When you look at your life, what are you most grateful for?
Besides my salvation, that's my number one gratitude. It's being part of Victory Outreach. I don't think I would have fit in anywhere else. Anywhere else, I don't think I'll be able to fit in, but not only fit in, but also know that I have a future, that I have a purpose. And now that I'm a mom, that I can, my kids sometimes when I tell them, like, I used to live in the streets, I used to eat from the garbage, it's like, "Mom, wow, you used to do that?" And they're like, and I tell them, like, "Yeah, so you guys don't have to do it, but you guys have to have a heart for people like the way I was." I thank God for mainly my salvation, but for Victory Outreach, I don't think I would have fit nowhere else.
That's awesome.
And of
That's
course, from
beautiful.
our founders, for you guys that believed in us. I remember they used to tell us, "You guys are not what you guys were. You guys have a future. You guys have a destiny in God."
Yes.
And I grabbed a hold of that, and I said,
Yes.
if people like me is able to do it, I know I can do it too.
It's so beautiful to have you with us today, Maria. And right now we're going to be also talking to Davi, you know, your brother Davi. He's waiting right now in Brazil to talk to us. So God bless you, and may he continue to use you as a pastor's wife, as a mother, as a beautiful wife to your husband, a great man of God. God bless you. We'll see you.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bless you. And now we're going to be going to another one that was rescued through our children's homes. And we're talking about where they are now. Isn't it amazing, Doreen, to see what God has done? I am so blessed right now. I feel like crying right now. I get so blessed. But I have a little video that I want to show you. It's a short video because Davi was the very first one that responded. When we went down there to evangelize, he was using drugs. He was 6 years old, and he was the very first one to respond. Said, "I want to go with you," and he jumped into our van, into our car, in the back seat of the car. He just jumped in there and he stayed there and never left. Let's go to that video right now.
It's okay.
He was 6 years old, and he was a little drug addict. Can you believe that? But he was so excited to be able to go to a home where he was going to be loved, where he was going to be fed, where he was going to be clothed. and just given the love of God, he was the first one to respond. Davi, I know you're waiting to talk to us right now. Where are you, Davi? Hey, there you are. You look the same. You look, only you're a little older, but you have the same little face. Such a handsome young man you are.
Thank you.
And now you're into, you went to school for hairdressing.
Yes.
How come your hair looks like that? That's
It's
a style?
hairstyle. Yeah.
That's a style?
Yes.
Do you remember that day, Davi, when we met for the very first time?
I do.
Yeah. Why
At
don't you
the Praça da
describe that?
Sé.
What took place?
Well, all I know is that once I was a little boy, I seen a lot of people get around together and talking and going around and talking about Jesus. And one of the guys was translating for the pastors, and I was like, wow, what is he saying? And trying to understand what was going on. And then all of a sudden I said, man, I gotta go with these people. I gotta stay with them. And, I just felt like a love for the first time in a connection. And then I just got into the car and I said, man, they gotta take me out of here. They gotta let me go with them, And that's what I remember, about that.
Golly, I remember the first time that I met you, and I said, oh my God, he's so cute, 6 years old, and he wants to go with us, and you never left. A lot of kids came, and they were with us for a while, but then they would leave, go back with their little families of kids, but you always stayed, and they came to get you too. Your little family came to get you. They'd come outside the home, and they'd yell, Davi, Davi, come with us. Remember, Davi?
Yeah.
They would call for you to go with them again. And what made you stay?
I didn't like the streets. I was just there just because, and using drugs and no place to stay, eating food from the trash can, asking people for money, stealing from people. And I just didn't want that life anymore, And I felt that I staying with you guys, I would have that chance. And that happened. Thank God that happened.
I can't take the smile off my face just seeing you, I love you so much, Davi. You know that. We stay in communication, and he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, you even came to America. You even came.
How long did you live in America with us?
I thank God for that opportunity because I stayed over there for over 8 years, and I stayed with your mom. I mean, with your sister, Norma.
8 years you were here.
Here.
That's amazing.
I went to high school.
And you learned
I
English too. You learned English.
Yeah.
That should help you a lot, knowing English. But the main thing is that you had an experience with God. And that's something you can never, ever forget when God touches your life.
Oh, that's true.
And that's what God did for you. He touched you in a beautiful way. And that's what brings the camaraderie, and it brings the connection of family, because you love God and we love God as well. We just had Maria on right now. And Maria is serving the Lord. She's a pastor's wife now. And to see what you are doing, you're doing a great work too. And I thank God for you, Davi. I love you so much. You want to say anything to Davi?
Yeah, we love you, and I can't believe you're 34.
He's not 34. He can't be 34. You're 34 years old?
34. Yeah.
Oh,
and
gosh.
we've known you since you were 6 years old, little boy, and so we love you so much. We're proud of you that you're a young man that's still serving God, and to see your life, the outcome of your life. We love you.
Thank you.
God bless you, Davi. Continue going forward, okay? And let's stay in contact. We'll stay in contact,
Always.
okay? Okay, God bless you. I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Love you guys.
Oh my God, I feel like crying right now. I know that those of you that gave to United We Can to see these children reach for the Lord, you feel the same way. There's such a gratitude that we were able to be used of God to reach these children. And now they're grown up and they're serving the Lord. There's many of them. There's Haberson also, that he's a worship leader in one of the churches. There's Junior, that's an evangelist. They're just all over. They'll never forget the gospel that was preached to them. They'll never forget that. They hold it in their heart because God reached them. It's so beautiful to see them.
Yeah, and I like what you said earlier when you were talking to Davi. You said that there was a family out there. When you said family, you're talking about 6 and 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds that are just running the streets together,
they
barefooted, shirtless.
They would make little families, and that's why when Davi left his little family, and they're all 8, 7, 6 years old, they would come and call him out of the home. Come on, Davi, you got to come with us again, because they were so close.
And when Maria's talking about the ones that took care of them, they were just a little bit older.
Yeah.
They were like 13, 14-year-olds or 15-year-olds. Something. I remember them being young as well.
Yeah.
And I remember going there into the streets, and they would just be, like 20, 30 kids.
And when they told us they couldn't be reached, they were so wrong. The people that said they couldn't be reached, they were so wrong.
Remember Rodrigo had a cast, and we would see somebody else we saw them all injured, their legs, their cuts, and just so much danger they were living in at that time. And it's all taking me back to that time.
I know. We would go witnessing under the bridges early in the morning. We'd take them hot tea, we'd take them bread, and we'd wake them up, and they would all be ready for their next high. But we would reach them before they would get high, so we could talk to them about the Lord and reach them for God, and we'd pray for them. And there was just so many of them, so many of them.
And the big old ranch. I remember that God blessed us, and you found this big ranch in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
You remember the pool, and they were able to have a home.
We were able to do that because of you. Because of United We Can, because of your giving, we're able to reach these children for the Lord. I thank God for you. You went with us to the streets. You're the one that helped us reach them. It's because of your giving that we're able to reach these children for the Lord. And now they're all grown up and they're serving God, and they're worship leaders, they're pastors and pastors' wives. Just amazing to see what God could do. It's amazing to me. I thank God. I thank God for your giving. I thank God for Victory Outreach, that we're an outreach. That's what we do. We reach out to people that are hurting, and we give them the gospel. We give them salvation, and it's so beautiful to see.
You were able to see where they are today, and we took you into their lives today. I wish we could have took you to all of their lives so you could have seen all of them. But in the near future, we have to do this again.
Yeah.
To show where they are today, show all of the outreach that we did during that time, and the kids that were in our Brazil home, where they are today.
Yeah. I think we should take a camera down there so you could all meet them. We're going to take a camera and we're going to go to all of them, and as many as we can find, and we're going to bring them back to you to show you where your giving has gone, to see them reach for the Lord. If it was just Maria, if it was just for her, it'd be worth it all.
Yeah,
but there's
I
so
often
many.
think God heard their cry, and you responded.
Yeah.
He put it in your heart, and your obedience to Him and your response to Him made a world of a difference for not just 1, 2, 3, but for all these kids they wouldn't have lived long, but God rescued them, and look at them today. I mean, Maria is powerful. Pastoring right there.
And the pastors that were real skeptical about it, they came up to me and they said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't see it. I saw them as dogs, but now I see them as children." And they began to take them in. They let them come to their churches. It's just beautiful the way God transformed their thinking about these children.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I am so blessed today. I am so blessed. And I thank you again for your giving. I thank you again for being part of United We Can. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And right now I want to pray for you. If you want to be part of United We Can, I pray that you're going to be a giver. And I pray that God will bless you for your giving. I pray that you will be continually thinking about how you could reach out to the lost. You know, it's a hurting world out there, and we have to continue to take the gospel. We have to continue to reach the hurting. Some are children that are hurting, but then there's also adults that are hurting. There's teenagers that are hurting. There's a hurting world, and we are Victory Outreach. So that means that we have to go out of our way to reach people. On the streets, going out and praying for our cities, praying for our country, praying for our police department, our fire department, our officials, praying. And that's what we're going to be doing. Real soon, we're going to be doing it with Prayer International, with Pastor Augie. We're going to all go out to the streets. We'll be fasting for 21 days, and we're going to go out there and we're going to pray for our hurting world. It's not just our city, but right now it's a hurting world that's hurting. Yes. And God has raised us up, and we have power in prayer. Right now, I'm going to be praying for you. I thank you for giving. I'm going to pray for you, United We Can givers, that you're going to be part of Run for Hope, that you're going to be part of continuing to give, because your giving has made a difference. We're going to pray for you right now. Lord, I thank you for every United We Can sponsor. I thank you for every United We Can partner. I thank you, Lord. I pray that they'll get involved and Run for Hope, oh God. I pray they'll continue to give, oh God, from the bottom of their heart. I pray, Lord, also you'll raise up intercessors, raise up prayer warriors, Lord. They'll be able to come against all the evils of this world, oh God, and we'll be able to continue to outreach, Lord, to reach people that are hurting. It goes together, Lord. I know a prayer and our giving and those that go and take the gospel. It all goes together. And I thank you for the privilege, Lord, of being used by you. I thank you for the privilege of being a vessel in your hands. I bring it all into your hands, Lord. In Jesus' name, I put it all before you. And I thank you. I thank you for every giver. I thank you for them, Lord. For everyone that prays, I thank you for them, Lord. Continue to use them, I pray. In your name, I pray. In your name, in your name. God bless you, and I love you, and I pray to see you again on Tuesday. God bless you.
God bless.
Thank you for tuning in today to our live broadcast. You too can also be part of giving right there where you're at, whether you're watching at home or on the go, simply by clicking on the link in the description below or through our Victory Outreach International app. Let's take a look at how easy it is to give.
Generosity made simple. Text VOI to 77977. Select the giving link. Enter your amount and gift type. If it's your first time giving, enter your payment details and confirm your gift. Thank you for your generosity. Now we can stay connected wherever you go. Download the Victory Outreach app and stay connected with Victory Outreach International. Get important updates and announcements. Learn more about our ministries. Stay connected with events, prayer requests, and more. Watch the latest video in our media section. Easily share content on social media within the app. Give from your phone in seconds. A convenient way to stay connected.